This is 2 coffees, Jack. Double espresso, Jack. This is it's 8 o'clock, and I've been procrastinating on this video all day, Jack. So I've had 2 espressos. God. Welcome back. And today's video is an important one because there's some people out there that would want you to believe that being the nice guy, the ultra feminine pacifist soy boy, is going to make you happy, and it's the way that a man should be, and it's inherently wrong. It is not the way you should be as a man. I'm not saying that a man shouldn't be kind, but there's certain values that a man must have in order to be respected by others. And if he decides to just be the nice guy, the feminine guy that never confronts anyone, he ends up unhappy. This is because the nice guy is always doing things for other people. He wants to gain someone's approval, his parents, his girlfriend, his boss. For example, this is why this doesn't work. Your parents tell you to make them happy, you must be a doctor. So you go to university and become a doctor, and you start working as a doctor, and you waste 10 years of your life becoming a doctor when you always wanted to be a musician. 10 years later, you resent your parents and destroy the relationship with them just because you spent a lot of time being the nice guy that put other people first. So the reason why the nice guy doesn't win is because he's not playing for himself. He's playing for everybody else. Your opinion of yourself is the only thing that really matters. And nice guys end up bitter, dishonest, passive-aggressive, and unhappy. They end up the worst men because they only serve other people without serving themselves first. But there's another way. A way you will have seen the men you admire have these traits, the traits of the alpha male, a strong and independent male. He has strong core values which guide him. He values his own opinion above others, but is still willing to listen and take on other people's opinions. He stands up for what is right and what he believes in. He's kind and generous, but people cannot take advantage of him. He's somebody who fights back. If somebody tries to take advantage, it doesn't float very well with the alpha, because it goes ballistic on their ass. How can you stop being the nice guy? Because I've done it before. I think most men, when they're younger, they start off as the nice guy. You want other people's opinion. That's totally natural. So how do you make the switch? How do you start becoming the alpha that you want to be, gain your own respect and the respect of others? Well, this is what's helped me. First, stop avoiding confrontation. You need to understand that confrontation is a fact of life. It is okay not to agree with people on certain things. A lot of people in modern media will have you believe that you cannot have a disagreement with someone without it being a personal battle. If you don't speak up when there's an argument or a confrontation and you just brush past it, you will know that there is an internal battle that goes on after, because you've had that experience of thinking you should have said something to somebody, you didn't say it, and you play the scenario over and over in your head 100 times, thinking about what you should have said, and it eats you alive. A girlfriend tells you she doesn't want you to go out with your boys, so you stay in. She loses respect for you because you can't give a masculine presence. You start to resent her because she stops you from having fun. Both of these things build up to a breakup, someone cheating, things going terribly wrong. If you were to just confront her and say, no, I'm going out because I enjoy my time with the boys, if you can't deal with it, then you must leave. That's going to be a little bit of an issue, a little bit of pain, to save you, in the long run, a large amount of pain. So confront things when they first annoy you. Say what is on your mind. If you don't feel like you're a physical man, if you have no physicality, you're not large and you're unable to fight, if you want to stand up to someone, you will be scared, because you will feel like confrontation could lead to violence, and violence could lead to you getting hurt. So a big way to get over this fear of confrontation is to invite confrontation into your life, to learn to fight, to start boxing in the gym, hitting the pads, start doing a bit of sparring. Just like in the movie Fight Club, once you've been punched in the face, once you've had that brutal violence against you, everything else just starts to look pathetic and simple, so easy to ignore. Like when he becomes the man that stands up for himself in Fight Club, where he's sitting behind the desk and his boss comes in, starts telling him to do stuff, and he's got black eyes, he's covered in blood, and he just basically tells his boss to shut up, and the boss listens to him. That's what happens in real life when you learn to fight. That's one of the parts of stopping being the nice guy, is not being scared of confrontation. Next thing you need to know, you are number one. You cannot help people the way you want to help them. You can't help them fully if you're all fucked up. I've had friends around me before whose lives are screwed up, and they're not very good friends because they're angry. If your life starts going well, they get jealous and angry about it. They're not good friends to be around. They're not good people because their lives aren't good. The first person you need to help is you. Go after what you want and say no to anything that pulls you away from that. And then once you've made it to a point where you are well looked after, then you can be the alpha that provides for others, and you can decide to do it on your own terms. Otherwise, if you let people, they will just take, and there will be nothing left, and you won't be able to fight the fight for what you want. You need rules and you need regulations. I didn't build these for a long time, but they make life a lot easier when you know in your head what you're going to do in certain situations and you stick to your own rules. For example, if you've never set in your head that you don't let people disrespect you or talk down to you, when somebody does it, you can feel that confrontation, you can feel they've just disrespected you, but you haven't put that rule in place. So you maybe let it slide, you let people do it, you laugh it off. I want you to make a conscious decision right now that you don't let people put you down or disrespect you. Even as a joke, you pull them up on it. Because what I've found is when I started doing this, people no longer put me down or disrespect me when they're making jokes. They make jokes about my strong characteristics instead, about the crazy stuff that I do, and that's just as funny. So you have to set those boundaries with other people. Another one I have is I protect those weaker than myself. This one's a sad story. I was on the phone with one of my friends. I was on my motorbike, had taken a FaceTime call, and I was sitting outside a girl's house waiting for her to come get on the bike, and we were going to go back to mine. And a little kid rode past me on his bicycle, and I didn't take any notice. I was talking to my mate on FaceTime. And his mum was standing, big brute of a woman, was standing on the drive, and grabbed the kid, pushed him off his bike, picked his bike up, started smashing it on the floor. And I was seeing this out of the corner of my eye, still on the phone to my friend. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? The kid's like 6 or 7 years old, starts crying. Mum gets a stick out, starts beating this kid in the street. Kid's fucking hysterically crying. I'm like, oh, mate, bro, I've got to go. Get off this phone call, turn my bike on, stop revving the engine. I'm like, fucking need to sort this out straight away. I can't be fucking seeing that. The fucking mum's slapping the shit out of this little kid and smashing his bike up. And I didn't know what to do. I revved my bike, she saw me down the end of the road, she stopped beating him up, and it got taken inside. And I felt sickened by what I'd seen. Like, I don't care if the kid come back late or whatever he did. Like, it's not the way you treat a kid. She destroyed his stuff in front of him. She beat him up in the street. It's fucked up. Like, you shouldn't be able to do that. And if I'd been and had this rule, I protect those weaker than myself, I would have been off that FaceTime call. I would have had the stick out of her hand. And I said, you don't fucking do that here. Not in the street. If you want to do that to your kid, fucking go and do it in your own house. But he's fucking protected whilst he's out by me. And I wish I'd done that. And that was after I pulled myself up on it. I was like, Jack, you need to have that rule in your head so that you go and you protect others that are weaker than yourself. Because that boy needs to see that that's not fucking normal way to treat someone. So you need to have them rules. Another one you need to have. I will only say yes to things that align with my purpose. Once you've got your purpose down as a man, you know what you're doing to get there, you only say yes to things that align with it, and everything else you say no to. So people will actually build respect for you. They might get angry at first, but you only say yes to things that you're going to do and things that align with your purpose. Unless you want to help someone. You've got some free time, you want to help someone, fine. And you help them and you're happy with that in your head. But don't say yes to things that pull you away from your purpose if you don't want to. And another one I think every man should have in his head, if I am physically assaulted, if somebody touches me, I will respond. And for me recently, I had to put this one in place because of the gay culture in Thailand. There's a lot of gay people, and a lot of them out in the bars are predatory. They will take advantage, they will slap ass, pinch nipples, try and kiss you, like they're fucking ruthless. And in my head, coming from the West where this doesn't really happen, I was taken aback by it all. So there's a few times guys have slapped me on the ass and I've just been like, sort of, fucking hell, what's going on, laughed it off. You have to have this rule in place, that if somebody breaks that boundary, physically assaults you, slaps your ass, squeeze your nipples, you put them in your place. I'm not saying you have to use violence. If a guy slapped my ass and he's gay and I went and fucking leveled him, personally I don't think that would be right. If I turn round to him, you could probably give him a little slap in the face and be like, bud, don't do that again. That's not going to fly around here. You might be able to slap other guys' ass, but I'm not gay, so don't fucking touch me like that. I've got it in my head. If somebody's gay, Absolutely fine with them looking at me, saying what they want. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I don't mind whatever preference they go for, but the boundary is if they then touch me, I take that into my own hands and I put a stop to it. So it's good for you to have these rules and regulations. You need to know what you're going to do in a high stress situation before you do it, so you can stick to your own rules and you don't spend ages afterwards thinking about what you wished you would have done, because it ends up emotional baggage, just like with that kid and the mum. I think about that a lot, and it's emotional baggage you don't need. Respect yourself. The reason we damage our mental health, our physical health with drugs and alcohol is because you don't respect yourself. Your brain's been poisoned, you've been put down times by other people, maybe by your parents, maybe just in jokes, maybe in school, but you've had people tell you you're not good enough, and you've valued the opinions of other people. Well, I can tell you right now, you are better than anybody else in the world at doing you and having your unique personality. So you are special. Don't let what other people have said to you in the past put you down. Get rid of that baggage and allow yourself to feel love for yourself, to respect yourself, and be successful. The only reason you poison yourself is because you don't have respect for the body or the person you are. I don't barely drink alcohol, maybe once a month. Don't do any hard drugs, occasionally smoke weed, because I don't want to ruin the body that I've built. I don't want to ruin my mind and the mindset that I've built. It's better being me sober than it is being me intoxicated. And you need to build that same thing, that same respect for yourself. Now, boys, I hope that has helped you. If you find yourself being the nice guy, you want to change to be the alpha. I believe every man has an alpha inside of him that needs to be unleashed. If you want to unleash that with high testosterone, check out the course below. Come join us, boys, talk to us, check out my workout programs, join the WhatsApp group, and we can go on this journey together. But I hope that helps you, lads. Start to become the alpha male. Trust me, you'll be happier. Don't be the nice guy. Don't be the pacifist. Don't be the guy that everybody else is fucking wiping their shoes on. Don't be everybody else's doormat. It's not the way to be. All right. So I hope you boys can use that knowledge, and I'll see you on the next one. Whoppa, whoppa, whoppa.